live from lockdown. Hi, YouTube. Let me get Facebook going. Good to see you guys. How are you today? Hello, everybody. I'm just adjusting a slight bit here. Give you guys a little more screen. Welcome to Live from Lockdown. Welcome, everybody. I'm Champion.fulton. This is our weekly Sunday show. Today, we're going to be talking about Count Basie, the kid from Red Bank, getting everything set up here. Just let me know when you're tuning in, how you're doing, what's going on. I was running totally on time today until about 15 minutes ago when I realized that the pedal wasn't working. Hi, Rick, and hi, Chris and Adam in Georgia. How are you guys? Hey, Rodney. Okay, I'm pulling up. I'm getting my comments ready here so I can follow along. I see people commenting, but I like to have a little monitor here on the side. Hey, Rodney. Hi, Terry. Hi, Dave. Hi, Mark. Hi, Linda. Welcome, everybody. As you get signed on, please tell me hi, where you're watching from. Hey, John. Nice to see you. Hi, Christopher. How are you? And Priscilla. Pretty sure my producer is going to sign on there. She might already be on there. Hi, Barry. Joe, welcome. Hi, Magda in Barcelona. Welcome. Hi, Susan. Hi, Steven. So I was literally sitting down ready to go, and I realized the pedal wasn't working on the piano, and then I had to sort of frantically take the piano apart and put it back together, which is not a big deal, but whew, a little bit, just a tiny bit of a last-minute stress today. And hello to my Aunt Angela. Thank you so much. I'm trying to be springy. Thank you, Vincent. Oh, wow, that's cool, Rodney, about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, Cecile, nice to see you. Hello, Marcus. Oh, Bern. I mean, you're in Bern, which is great. I hear the Jazz Club in Bern, Marion's, is open. And thank you for watching our show at Smalls. We played at Smalls on Thursday with the full band, my full trio. It was super fun. Hello, Roy and Nancy. Nice to see you. Oh, my Uncle James and Aunt Mary are on there in Texas. Hi. Hello, Timothy in Indianapolis. Raphael, good to see you. Pete down in Australia, down under, welcome. Stephen and Susan are both on the Facebook chat. Hi, Rich. How are you? Bill and Marion, welcome, you guys. Hi, Darren. Nice to see you. It is not sunny here, but it's mild. It's not bad. It's just not sunny. And hello, JR in Spokane. Gus. Tom. Oh, in Ontario, welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Paul, thank you so much for coming to Smalls and for being here today. Good to see you again. Wow. It is the anniversary of the Civil War battle at Champions Hill in 1864. I didn't know I had a hill. I wasn't there for the battle. Thank you so much, Hashim. Nice to see you. Hi, Andy in Wisconsin. So today, we're talking about Count Basie. We did a show before about the Count Basie Big Band, but today we're going to talk a little bit more about him as a pianist and some of his later records where he made trio records for the great Pablo Records, one of my favorite labels, and some of my favorite records in general. I shouldn't say records anymore. Maybe I should say albums or discs. I don't know. Thank you, guys. Please share the video. I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with a tune you guys have heard me do before, but it's one of my favorites, and it was recorded by Jimmy Rushing with Count Basie. This is You Can Depend on Me. Hi, Zoran. I'm just going to move the YouTube camera real quick because I set it up for a guest and by myself today, so it's in the wrong spot. Let me just scoot you guys over a tiny bit, and I think you can see the piano a little bit better. Welcome. Here we go. Although you say we're true, I will always love you. You can depend on me. Though someone we've met has made you forget, you can depend on me. I wish you success, lots of happiness, although I must confess I'll be lonely so much. So it's so funny. I'm like just getting settled after like the little bit of a fiasco with the piano, with the sustain pedal. And it was funny because while I was fixing it, I was thought, how did I not notice all week that the sustain pedal wasn't working? But I think I didn't notice because, practicing stride, you don't use a lot of pedal. So I just didn't notice. And then I thought maybe this is like a sign from Count Basie, from Bill Basie, that I shouldn't fix the pedal. But then I was already fixing the pedal, and I thought, well, now I've messed it up. So anyway, I'm amusing myself today with this thing. Yes, I know you guys are so interested in the pedaling because you can't see it here on the screen. Hi Joyce, thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you guys. Yes, well, it's not it's just that the nut that is inside the piano, it's a little bit loose, and so every couple weeks I have to tighten it, which is not a big deal because that means I can sort of customize the sustain to where I want it, which is great. But sometimes I just forget to do it, and you have to take the front off the piano to do it, and I'm afraid of splinters. So that's always wow. So Richard says that his father took him to Disneyland to see Basie. Oh, right after the sand. Wow, right after the Sands. The comment went so fast I couldn't read the whole thing. That's an amazing story. If you guys have seen Count Basie, please tell me. I know my father met Count Basie, and I'm going to tell you guys that story later. I personally never got to see him, and one reason I wanted to talk about him today was because I just really love his piano playing. Of course, I love the big band, and I love those records, but when he plays piano in the trio setting, it's just magical. I feel like you don't hear anyone else play that kind of Kansas City style piano, which is funny because he's not from Kansas City, just in case you don't know. Count Basie is from Red Bank, New Jersey, born in 1904. Oddly enough, Sonny Greer is also from Red Bank, and I spent a lot of time myself in Red Bank and have performed at the Count Basie Theater, which is there. But he went out west early and joined Benny Moten's band. This is going to be a weird story because Benny Moten is also a piano player. So there were two piano players, and then the Blue Devils, and then he took over that band, and it became the Count Basie Band. And he has this amazing left hand because he's a stride piano player, but then he has this amazing Kansas City blues, and I think he has the absolute perfect tempos. He picks the perfect tempos on every song, and he picks these beautiful intros that set it up. Wow, Rich Klessig saw Count Basie at Interlochen in 1974. That's amazing. Was it a life-changing experience, Rich? Tell us. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. So it's been a lot of left hand. This year I've worked a lot on my left hand anyway, but this week very trying to focus on the tempos and getting just the feeling. Like Basie just makes you feel good. He just makes you feel happy and good. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to try to do that myself. This was a tune that was a favorite of all the stride players. We've played the game of stay away, but it costs more than I can pay. Without you, I can't make my way. I surrender, dear. I may seem proud, I may act gay. It's just a pose. I'm not that way. 'Cause deep down in my heart I say, I surrender, dear. The little mean things we were doing must have been part of the game, lending a spice to the wooing, but I don't care. Who's to blame? When stars appear and shadows fall, then you'll hear my poor heart call for you, my life, my love, my all. I surrender, dear. We played the game of stay away, but it costs more than I can pay. Without you, I can't make my way. When stars appear and shadows fall, then you'll hear my poor heart call to you, my love, my life, my all. I surrender, dear. We played the game of stay away, but it costs more than I can pay. Without you, I can't make my way. I surrender, dear. I may seem proud, I may act gay. It's just a pose, I'm not that way. Deep down in my heart, I'll say, I surrender, dear. The little mean things we were doing must have been part of the game, lending a spice to the wooing, but I don't care who's to blame. When stars appear and shadows fall, then you'll hear my poor heart call for you, my life, my all. I surrender, dear. You, my love, my life, my all. I surrender, dear. You, my love, my life, my all. I surrender, dear. I love that song so much. One of my favorite recordings is actually, apart from Basie, who recorded it a lot, the great Thelonious Monk on Solo Monk. I don't know if you guys know that record, but big song for a lot of stride piano players. And it's such an unusual set of changes for those of you who like to talk about theory. Really pre-Tin Pan Alley, that song. So you get that really odd G minor, or like the G7 right back to the F. It's so beautiful. Dave has seen Count Basie many times. I'm very jealous. That's nice. John saw the Basie band in Manchester with Nancy Wilson. Pretty great, but Basie was gone. But still, that sounds great. Hi, Joyce in Seattle. Awesome. And Mark saw the band at St. George's. Wow, that's cool. Yes, today is Betty Carter's birthday. I just remembered that myself. Yes, the Pablo record, Satch and Josh, which is Oscar Peterson and Count Basie, is a great record. And, hi, Ralph and Carol. It was so nice. Ralph and Carol came to my show at Smalls on Thursday. It is wonderful to see you in person this week and virtually. It's really nice. Thank you so much. Oh, Timothy asked a very interesting question. How would you compare Basie with Jay Mcshan? I think Jay is a little bit younger than Basie. Stylistically, Basie has much more of the stride, whereas I feel like Jay came at the end of the stride, and he has a very unique left hand that is a mix of stride and swing and sort of that Oklahoma, I don't want to say country, but sort of like rural sound, whereas Basie has more stride in his left hand. You'll hear Basie walk tenths, both in the big band and in the trio, where you won't really hear Jay do that. You'll hear Jay more do his his different left hand like that. But both City style. Hello, Dawn. Nice to see you. Hi, Andy. Stephen is telling his story. I'm going to read it to you guys. Stephen says, I spent an hour or so with Basie between sets once in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it really was a life-changing time for me, for Stephen. When we parted, he handed me a signed pic, which hangs on his wall. This is true. You guys have seen it before on the show. And I remember that that's the conversation when Basie told Stephen that the most important thing is to look out in the audience. I'm looking at you guys. And when you're playing, and to see if people are patting their foot or like moving, they're grooving, because the rhythm is the thing. Susan says, I saw Count Basie once in Oklahoma and was blown away by Chris Wood's, he was alto player, solo on You Can't Win None of Them. That song title makes me laugh. Hi, Carol in Dallas. Lenice, welcome. Yes, Gus, it totally would be a good idea to do a monk set. There's a lot of specific material there that I spent so much time in school studying, and I should totally go back and retouch it. So it's a good idea. Hi, Kevin. Oh, thanks, Arnie. That's so sweet. Thank you. So I'm going to continue with this tempo that I think the only two people, you guys can tell me if you think there are other people, but I think the only two artists I know that play this tempo often and perfectly are Count Basie and his hero, Fats Waller. And this is If I Could Be With You 1 Hour Tonight, written by James P. Johnson, who, interestingly enough, is from New Brunswick, New Jersey, for those of you guys who are in Jersey. And I just, it's I don't know if it's a dance tempo, but it's a specific kind of relaxed tempo that's very adult. And I think Basie and Fats Waller are the two people who really do it well. I want to know if you guys have other ideas. If I could be with you 1 hour tonight and be free to do the things that I might, I want you to know you wouldn't go until I told you that I love you so. If I could be with you, I love you long. If I could be with you, I would love you strong. And I'm telling you true, you'd be anything but blue if I could be with you for just 1 hour. If I could be with you. recording of Keeping Out of Mischief Now. Fats Waller plays that tempo so perfectly and so swinging, and you think, wow. And Basie plays that tune like that. What do you guys think? You have another person in mind about that tempo? It's a very specific kind of tempo. I've heard Mcshan play it before, solo piano, but rarely with the whole band. Hi, Sergio. Nice to see you. Welcome. Oh, Marcus says, I heard Mcshan with Ralph Sutton several times live and a duo with the Whorehouse Pianos with Count Basie, Gus Johnson, and Milt Hinton. My gosh. That show, it must have been so swinging, like the roof, like it popped off the building. I would have loved to have seen that. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Pamela. Stephen, I was hoping you were going to give us another example of that tempo. That's yeah, that was If I Could Be With You 1 hour tonight. So I'm going to continue with some tunes. Try to settle into more of those Basie tempos where they're just happy and effortless, and to me somehow so associated with the open prairie. And I always listen to Count Basie when I'm driving on the interstate in the middle of the country, middle of the United States. Particularly, I think I-35 has a very Count Basie feel to it. I don't know why I think that. Next time you're on I-35 or I-40, give that a shot. But this the one I love belongs to somebody else. He sings his songs for somebody else, even when he has his arms around me. I know his thoughts are strong for somebody else. The hands I hold belong to somebody else. I bet they're not so cold for somebody else. Well, it's tough to be alone on the shelf. Worse to be in love by yourself when the one you love belongs to somebody else. Worse to be in love you guys so much. That's the one. Oh, hi. So nice to see you. Thank you so much, Wojo, for your YouTube comments. Good to see you. Yes, I was in D flat. You guys asking about the keys. D flat also being a favorite of Count Basie's. Mari, you're right. The Just Squeeze Me tempo is very good. And I'm reading. Oh, yeah. Marcus says there'll be some changes made. That is a great tune. And I know Basie recorded that. Huh, that's very interesting. Arnie, oh, that's cool. Yeah, exactly like you and what a difference a day makes. A lot of black notes. You're so funny. The Basie guys told me, the Basie band told Steven they did not know the tune until Basie played his intro, because Basie almost never calls tunes. That also is my dream in life, to not have to call tunes and to just start. But sometimes you, if there's no intro, you have to give the guys a heads up. I'm going to talk about intros here right now, actually. Hi, Avi and Marcia. Good to see you guys. I don't know if I said hi before, but welcome. And thank you so much for reminding us that this is week 61. And if you guys are enjoying it, you can donate and help sponsor the show and keep it going. All those links are on both videos, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, and even through my website. And you can order CDs if you like. I'm going to the post office tomorrow and mailing those out. The new one is not out yet. Live from Lockdown is coming, and on vinyl and CD. Big news. You have to be on the mailing list because we're doing super limited edition on the vinyl. So if you're not on the mailing list, join the mailing list, which is also in both text boxes. Yes, Butch Miles. Butch Miles was great with Basie. Oh, I know, Sergio, you always want to hear Spain. I'm sorry. But we're talking about Count Basie, and I am going to play something fast. There's this fantastic video of Count Basie on Jazz Casual, which was in a TV interview series with Ralph Gleason as the interviewer. And Basie is, I guess this is early 60s, this show, maybe 61 or 62. And so you have to think at that time, Basie's almost 60 years old himself, and he's sitting at the piano, and you can tell he's just looking at Ralph, like he thinks Ralph is very peculiar, and they're in the studio with Freddie Green. It's great. And he's talking about playing fast stride, and one of his features that he used to do was handful of keys, also from his hero Fats Waller. And he's like, oh, well, we don't really do too much of that anymore, and but if I could, he's got a cigarette. He was like, if I could, it would go something like this. And he goes, and it's amazing. And I'm not gonna do that for you right now, but you should watch the video. I am gonna play something fast, and we'll see if any stride creeps in there. This is Bye Bye Blues. Bye bye blues, bye bye blues. Birds sing, bells ring, sun is shining, no more pining, just we two, smiling through. No sighs, no cries. Bye bye blues. having way too much fun today, you guys. You're indulging me, and it's very sweet, and I'm really enjoying it. I hope you liked that song. That was actually a big part of our show when we were doing the Dinah Washington show, because there's a great version of her singing that song, and that was a lot of fun. I love that tune. That was too fast for me to play stride. Stride would be boom, chick, boom, chick, boom. I'm sorry. I'm admitting that to the entire world. I should say also that I have very normal-sized hands for a woman, and Count Basie could regularly, very easily, reach a tenth, which is 10 notes would be like this. And I can't. It's not an excuse, but it's true. I'm gonna play. Let's see. Let's do something. I've got a lot of tunes up here. How about Blue and Sentimental? I'm gonna play this. Yes, his magic, I totally agree. Marcus says his magic was just the few notes and the time between the notes. I totally agree. He knew exactly what to play and when to play it, and he didn't play more than was needed. And I think that's something that a lot of musicians, have a hard time wrapping their mind around, that silence can be part of what you're playing, part of your solo. And I think one of Basie's proteges, and I think directly in the lineage of Count Basie, is the great Red Garland. And I think Red learned that lesson from Basie so well, because Red would just play those single lines, melodies and stuff, single notes, and they were just so tasty and so perfect. And I think, and Red was from Dallas, and so that's also, again, like in that same sort of Midwestern tradition that I myself would consider myself a part of and like to be a part of. Steven says, when will we hear a handful of keys? Ha, ha, ha. Thank you very much. Hi, Joseph in Barcelona. So I'm going to play this tune, which comes from the early Basie band. It's Blue and Sentimental. And when I heard it performed, Frank West used to play this as the tenor feature. Steven, what's the tenor? The original tenor feature was Lester Young was in the band, but it wasn't Lester. It was, I'm going to think of the name. Hope you guys enjoy this. Herschel Evans was the name I was searching for. Yes, oh, Stephen, thank you. Herschel Evans. It was Herschel Evans' feature in the original Basie band. And then, yes, it did go to Frank West in the later years. And in fact, I heard Frank play it many times on his own gigs. And it is why I started playing it. And I just think it's a really great song. The lyrics are also very pretty, but I prefer to play it than sing it for whatever reason. Marcus says Sonny Clark did a great trio record for Blue Note, which is somehow in the same style. I agree, because Sonny Clark and Red, while I think Red has this lineage with Basie, they also both have a strong bebop influence from Bud Powell, so you hear that. It's interesting. Red Garland is much older, I think, than Sonny Clark by almost 10 years, being born in 23. But I think I agree. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you liked that song. Oh, hi, Reggie in Kansas City. Super cool. High five. That is so great. So I'm looking at my list here because I wanted to play a blues for you guys. This is a new, okay, we're going to do one more song before we play the blues. We're going to go back to a little bit of the Basie band. And this is a tune that Jimmy Rushing used to sing with the band, and Basie would play a great solo on it. And when you hear him in the band, sometimes you hear the stride, and sometimes you hear, as we were saying, just like really simple, super melodic solos. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. This is called Evening. And I think I relate to this song a lot also because of the way the rhyming works. It's very Oklahoman. At one point, you'll hear they rhyme the word breakin', like I don't, till dawn is breakin', with awaken. So it's my homeland. It's hard. I want to get the right tempo because I feel like these days we think of these sort of jump tunes and we think they're much faster than they really were, because then I go back and I listen to the records of like Swing Brother Swing and this tune, and they're really like groovy. They're not too fast. So I want to get it right. Every night you come, you find me. Can't you see I'm deep in awaken. I don't care if I don't awaken since my man is gone. Thank you very much. I enjoyed that one a lot, just because I can hear Jimmy rushing, and I can sort of like I can hear the shout chorus behind me with Papa Joe on the drums. I wish you guys could hear it too. Let me see. What are you guys saying? Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Andy and Bill and Marion. Oh, hi, Rick. Thank you. Yeah, I think I can't escape Errol Garner. He's always in my heart. And I think, there's so many similarities between Errol Garner and the Basie band in the way that he would arrange his tunes. Clark Terry, this is a story from Stephen. Clark Terry told me many musicians didn't take Basie seriously until he arrived at the jam session and played all his Fat Swaller. I believe it. Well, because he was the kid from Red Bank. He was a young man from New Jersey, trying to make his way in the world of jazz. And I'm sure in Kansas City and out in the Midwest, maybe being from New Jersey was, I don't know. I don't want to say mark against you, but maybe they thought he was a square. I don't know. But he wasn't, because he's the most cool and hip person. I never met him, but I feel like I know him. So I'm going to tell you about, this is actually one of my absolute favorite Count Basie records. It's a later record on Pablo. It's called The Bosses. And I wish I had a copy to show you. It's with Joe Turner. It's an amazing band. And Basie plays so beautifully. The whole record is just blues. There's one song. There's 12-bar blues, 8-bar blues, and then Since I Fell For You, which is like a blues song. And it has Ray Brown on bass. Many of the Pablo records with Basie have Ray Brown on bass, and they are such a perfect team, piano and bass. So I think that's one of the reasons I love this record so much. Also, this record is a little bit like, and I don't know, this deep, amazing painting that you can just stare at all the time, and every time you stare at it, you see something different. And every time I listen to this record, I hear something different. Like I hear a different chord from Basie, or a different bass line from Ray Brown. There's also horn players. Sweets Edison is on it. Perfect. Lockjaw's on it. Perfect. It's called Gino knows what I'm talking about. The Bosses. It's fantastic. And it just makes you feel good. I discovered this record late in my musical life. I was already in college. And I used to shop at the Tower Records, but not the super cool one in the Village. For whatever reason, I always went to the Tower Records at Lincoln Center. And I would run into people there, and I would hang out there, and I found this record on CD. And that was back before I didn't have an iPod. And I would carry around my Discman and my little wallet of CDs in my purse when I would come to the city from school, and I would just like walk up and down the streets listening to this record. I was so obsessed with it, and it's actually a record that I always give to, if I have a friend who's sick or who's in the hospital, I always give this record to them, because I feel like this record is pure gold medicine. It will cure you of anything. It's called The Bosses, and I'm going to sing this song, which is the first track. It's called Honey Dripper. It's a blues, and I hope you enjoy it. I wake up every morning early with the rising sun. I wake up every morning worried about my baby, wondering where he can be. Nobody loves me. Nobody seems to care. Nobody loves me. Nobody seems to care. I'm gonna leave here walking, probably be talking to myself. Leave here walking, probably be talking to myself. If I can't have my honey dripper, I don't want nobody else. Nobody else. Thank you guys so much for indulging me on some real blues. I seriously encourage you to get that record, The Bosses, because it's such a good feeling, and all the stories are they're all little stories. Like Nighttime is the Right Time is one of my favorites. Cherry Red is on there, and Blues Around the Clock, which is a little bit blue, a little bit. It's a little bit dirty. I warn you. I mean, it's cute. Thanks, Alex. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you guys so much. So that was called The Honey Dripper. It's a blues. And we're talking about Count Basie today. I'm going to do a couple more tunes. One of my favorite Basie features in the big band, I think, is on the Sands record that we were talking about, the Sinatra at the Sands with Count Basie. And it is All of Me. And I totally wish I could replicate that great arrangement, because I wish I had a full big band here. I don't think they would fit in the room, but I hope that you guys enjoy this. A little bit a la Bill Basie. Take much for being here. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Yes, I have heard Cherry Red and Blues Around the Clock done by Jay Mcshan. Maybe they are originally his. I don't know. Yes, Bill and Marion it's a great record. You know, I love Pablo. Oh, Rick, thank you. Yeah, I was gonna say, really in my mind, there's so much happening during this show because today, of course, apart from doing the normal technical stuff of setting the show up and the lights and the cameras, then piano maintenance, then singing, and then stride piano, like Count Basie. I mean, an attempt, and then when I think of bass players, I try to think of my left hand as Ray Brown. So it's a lot. Thank you, Rick, for the compliment. I'm trying to be Ray Brown in this arm. Yes, All of Me is a total classic tune. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. Thank you guys so much. You're so sweet. It's been so great to talk about Count Basie with you today because Count Basie really gives me such a good feeling, and I hope I've been able to transmit a little bit of that to you today and also encourage you to go listen to some Count Basie yourself. I think it's just the tunes and the tempos, and especially if you listen to his small group recordings from later on, which a lot of them are on Pablo, with Ray Brown and Louis Bellson, although there's a fantastic one I was listening to today with, it's called the Kansas City 7. There's quite a few records called Kansas City 7 and Kansas City 6, but this one was a little bit different because it had Freddie Hubbard and J.J. Johnson and Lockjaw, and then Jake Hanna, and I don't remember who was on bass, but these are great records, and they really just give you such a good feeling. And I think that's the thing about the tempos Basie plays and the way he plays his left hand, which is so rooted in stride, and the Kansas City blues, is that there's no room for anything else but that good feeling. So like when I'm playing, if I have one stray thought about anything, like I'm hungry or boy, that earring is really jiggling a lot, you sort of lose a little bit of the essence of what's happening in the music. And I think the focus of his music is what makes it so powerful, that it's just 100% good feeling. Yes, I love Benny Green too. You guys are talking about Benny Green in the comments. He's one of my favorites. Hi, Donna. Oh, wow. Thank you. So yes, I played Rochester Jazz Festival, I think twice, once with my band and once solo piano. I had a wonderful time. It is one of the greatest jazz festivals, I think. And I'm so glad to hear that you're going to start up in June 22 again. That's fantastic. I would love to come back. I'm so ready to get back on the road, you guys. Thank you so much for being here for week 61 of the show. You guys are the best. You make me so happy. You make me feel so good that we can share this hour together and talk about the thing I love most in the world, which is jazz and jazz piano, even more than that. So tell me what Count Basie you're checking out. I'm going to post the Jazz Casual video just because it's so beautiful, and Basie he's so sweet. You feel like you're having dinner with your best friend and he's playing for you. So you guys will enjoy it. And please, if you want, you can help keep the show going and donate and help sponsor the show. All the information is right here in the comments and on YouTube in the text box. And I look forward to seeing you next week, next Sunday, with the full trio. We will be back, Hide and Fuku, in this room. Hopefully, I'm going to have some new arrangements for us this week. Oh, thank you, Donna. That's so sweet. I would really appreciate it. Donna's saying that she will let the men who run Rochester Jazz Festival know I would like to come back. You guys are the best, because that is the way to get gigs. If people say, we want to hear Champion again, and she wants to come back, that's how it works. So I appreciate it. You guys are so sweet, and I'm going to play our theme song now, and I'm sorry I forgot to play the theme song at Smalls on Thursday. I had actually quite a few messages from you guys that were like, where's the song? So I need to remember to always add in, look for the silver lining whenever clouds appear in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full always look for the silver lining. Try to find the sunny side of life. Try to find the sunny side of life. Look for the silver lining whenever clouds appear in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining. So the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness will always vanish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining. Try to find the sunny side of life. Look for the silver lining whenever clouds appear in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining. So the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness that will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining. Try to find the sunny side of life. Try to find try to find the sunny side of life. I think I did the whole show without the Count Basie ending. But I did it right then. Yes, I would totally love to come to Boston. Yes, Marcus, please tell Marion's Jazz Room in Bern. I am so eager to come back there. It was one of my absolute favorite clubs to play in Europe. I think Scott Hamilton is there. Well, he's there right now. Thank you, Lenice. Thank you, Bill and Marion. Dave, Andy, you guys are the best. I love you so much. Please have a wonderful week. Enjoy the spring weather if you've got it. And stay safe. And wash your hands. And I'll see you soon. I've got new dates on the website. I'm coming out on the road, hopefully soon this summer. But I'm still here every Sunday with you guys because you're the best. So, okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye, guys. See you soon.